If you'll stand with me, Ms. Connie Esparza will do our invocation.
Please bow your heads. Father God, thank you for your abundant blessings that you bestow on each one of us daily. We pray for us as elected members of this board that govern this Aldine community and ask your guidance and wisdom in making godly decisions in the best interest of our students. Thank you for the privilege of being a free nation to express ourselves even when we differ from others. Please protect our law enforcement in their line of duty so they can protect all of us who place our trust in them. As the close of another school year draws to an end, we ask your grace and protection on our students, administration, and the entire Aldine staff to enjoy their time off and return with renewed strength and enthusiasm. We ask all of these things for the glory and in your name. Amen.
Amen. It is now 7 p.m. and I would like to call to order the May 21st, 2019 business meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Aldine Independent School District. We'll have our ethics statement now with Ms. Rose Avalos.
The board has adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. The statement is, the Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our core beliefs. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value system or personal goal interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions.
Thank you, Ms. Avalos. We extend a warm welcome to everyone present, and we're pleased that you joined us tonight as we celebrate the achievements, review information, and make policy decisions related to the effective operation of the Aldine School District. I would like to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us tonight. And let the minutes reflect that all board members are present. And I see that we have visitors in the audience tonight, and if you have comments to the board and have not filled out the audit participation form in the brochure next to the agenda books outside, please do so at this time and give it to Ms. Laura. The board will listen under item 13 on the agenda, open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. Item 5 on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Do we have a motion?
I move that the minutes of the board workshop on April the 11th, the minutes of the regular meeting and executive session on April 16th, minutes of the level 3 grievance hearing on April 16th, and the minutes of the special call meeting and executive session on May 14th, 2019 be approved as printed.
I second that, Mr. President.
Okay, we'll begin the vote with Ms. Rose Avalos.
Avalos, yes.
Franklin, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Meade, yes.
Booker, yes.
Bourgeois, yes. Garcia, yes.
And the motion carries. And now we'll have the academic report. Dr. Todd Davis.
Good evening, Mr. Meade, board members, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa. So many exciting events and outstanding students to recognize this evening. It's one of the best nights of the year.
Well, they were awesome, weren't they?
Yes, they are. So our academic report tonight begins with recognition of the 42nd Annual Foreign Language Fair. That event was held on April 13th with over 270 students in grades 6 through 12 participating in native speaker and non-native speaker categories. Mr. Barone presented 21 trophies, 11 banners, and 134 medals to students and sponsors. Aldine ISD is the only district that holds a language fair this large of a scale.
Wow.
Moving on, the Texas History Day was held, the Texas History Day competition was held at the University of Texas in Austin on April 27th. Students from all over Texas competed in categories of exhibits, historical papers, interpretive websites, performances, and documentaries. 77 students from Aldine ISD went on to participate in the state competition, and 17 of our students placed in first or second place and will be moving on to the National History Day competition in College Park, Maryland. In addition to those 17 students, 4 projects will represent Aldine ISD at the national competition, and those projects are from Carver High School, 1 from Carver High School, and 3 from Nimitz High School. And later this evening, we will be introduced to some of those outstanding students moving on to the national competition. The second annual Day of Design was held on May 4th at the M.O. Campbell Center. Approximately 800 Aldine high school and middle school students were in attendance. The purpose of the Day of Design is to promote design thinking as a way of solving complex problems that encourages risk-taking and creativity. Students participated in various design challenges such as rocket design, catapult construction, gaming, and climate change. Among the distinguished speakers were Gerald Henderson, who's an engineering professor at the University of Houston, and Williams Trotty, who was the 2008 Carver High School valedictorian, who was also a Texas Tech graduate. And both of the speakers provided words of encouragement and vision statements for the students. And it was really exciting to see one of our own students come back and speak to our students. Metro and STEM combined to provide the support for the Aldine STEM Fest, which was on May 4th at the Bamberg building. 190 elementary and middle school students participated in app design, game design, Minecraft competitions, and Maker Mania. The event was a joint effort between Aldine ISD digital learning specialists, science skills specialists, information literacy specialists, and vendors like MakerBot, HP, Microsoft, Apple, Space Center Houston, Aldine Education Foundation, and Rice University. On that same day, I'm excited to announce, and I'm going to take a crack at this, May 4th, the El Mariachi de Aldine made its inaugural debut at the Baker Ripley Community Center on Aldine Mill Road. The 20-piece mariachi ensemble, comprised of students from Carver and Aldine High School, performed for a standing room-only crowd. This was the first of several performances for a new group of talented musicians whose future performances might include a district kickoff for all employees, potentially, as well as many other citywide events. Very excited to have a mariachi band in Aldine. Aldine also celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Name That Book competition. We had over 450 students participate, representing 48 elementary and 20 secondary teams. A list of 30 books is developed each year in each grade level. Students who have read all 30 books are eligible for this competition that challenges them to identify multiple quotes from 30 books. The competition, again, is held for all students in all grade levels, elementary through high school. And finally, very excited to announce that the Instructional Technology Department partnered with Metro for a design contest to redesign Metro bus stop shelters. Aldine design teams submitted projects to be judged, and 8 teams were selected as finalists for their original designs. Those 8 finalist teams traveled to Metro headquarters in downtown Houston on Tuesday, April 23rd, to present their project designs to the Metro Board of Directors. The final winning design was revealed at the Aldine Day of Design event on Saturday, May 4th. The team from Eisenhower High School submitted the winning design, which will be built in the Eisenhower community by Metro soon. It's very exciting. And I just found out this evening that there was a meeting today with our Instructional Technology Department to continue this competition next year. And Metro has only selected Aldine as participants in this competition. Very exciting. And I think we will meet some of those talented students this evening also. And board members, that concludes the academic report for May 2019.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff.
So, Dr. Kimberly Booker, do we have any correspondence to be read tonight?
Mr. President, we have no correspondence to be read on tonight.
Okay, then this part of the program will be the recognition of our staff, students, and patrons. Ms. Shalea Reed.
Good evening, Mr. Meade, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chopin, members of the board, audience, welcome. As you can see, Mr. Mead, we have quite a bit of people to recognize tonight. It really puts a cherry on top for the school year. I'd first like to recognize our student performers, the Carver Aldine Dance Company. So we've been lucky all year to have some of the best Aldine ISD performances. And sadly, this is the last one for the academic year, but I think we've saved the best for last. I've heard so much about their work, and I was happy to see it with my own eyes.
It was awesome.
Miss Sarita Salinas is the director,
Good job.
and she welcomes our students in.
Good job, girl.
Look at her.
Girl.
We have ADC here too.
Okay, ADT is also here. Give them a round of applause while they're coming in. So, Ms. Arenas, do you mind telling the audience a little bit about the performance and who we have here with us tonight?
Perfect. Today we have the Carver Aldine Dance Company. We call them Carver Aldine Dance Company now because we also host the ADC company at Carver High School, which has been a program that we created a long time ago in order to have a mentor program for the older kids to be able to mentor the younger students and also help in training the younger students. And the younger students come from all over the district. We have a camp coming up in June right after graduation the following Monday. We have a 2-week camp for the kids to be able to join us and be able to audition to join the company and train. Training is throughout the school year and after school. These kids just came back from competition. They won platinums, which is a score of 97 to 100. So we're very proud of them. They train all year. So they're at Carver High School with my boss here all year. And she trains too. And we are back there doing ballet, modern, jazz, contemporary, and then choreographic studies, as well as stilt walking and aerial silks. So we enjoy representing the district and our school all over the community. We will be performing for the City of Houston's 4th of July, Freedom Over Texas during 4th of July. So if y'all want to come see us, we'll be at the kids stage. We're there all day. Thank you. I have a lot of parents, but I think my parents are all the way out there. But I'm glad that my principal is here with us tonight. I think our counselor is here as well. And this right over here is Miss Brianna McCrae. And Miss McCrae is very special to me. She is a teacher at Carver High School, and she's also a graduate from our program. She went to Sam Houston University, got her degree in dance, and she won the top award at the university representing not only dance, but the entire community of Sam Houston. So we're really proud of her. She's been a great addition and an amazing role model to the students to understand the steps in the process after high school. So we're really happy to have her with us. Oh, Ms. Boatner's here too, performing arts. Ms. Boatner? Yes. Okay. Oh, I'm coming that way.
Want to go take your picture?
Still walking.
You got to go take your picture, Lois. Okay.
I'm going to get her.
But can
right here.
will you put it back behind you?
Thank you.
Your stuff.
Thank you. Stand up now.
While they're taking a picture, you can give them another round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Congratulations on all your achievements.
Hey, excellent.
Thank you, students.
Good job. Oh, they were so good. They were so good.
She gets to go out the special way.
No consideration.
Absolutely. What a great treat.
Absolutely.
Mr. Mead, Before we get started with our recognitions, I need your permission to move the program up tonight. We have, Mr. Barone has a host of secondary students he'd like to honor and recognize. I think Dr. Davis alluded to many of them, but I do want to make sure they get home in time to do their homework.
You go ahead and start.
Thank you so much. Mr. Barone?
Buenas noches. Mr. Mead, Dr. Chapa, Dr. Goffney, I apologize, distinguished board members, and all our guests from this evening. Last month, we had an opportunity to take a few minutes and introduce some elementary students for their special gifts and talents. And this evening, I'd like to take a few minutes and recognize some of our secondary students as well, and kind of present to everybody some of the great things that they've done throughout the school year. At this moment, I would like to now introduce these amazing students, their parents, and their sponsors if they're present. This year, we have 4 7th grade GT students who have earned state recognition for their Duke Talent Search by scoring at or above the national average on the SAT program.
Wow.
We have Mr. Carden Tran, Darren Hughes, Amy Gonzalez, Francis Din, and Juniper Baylor. So let's give them a round of applause.
Oh, yeah, that is awesome. I can't think of it. Almost this.
Thank you. Yeah, all our doors are blocked. Earlier this evening, you heard about the big success of our students at the Texas History Day in Austin, Texas. Jeremiah Lyons is a senior at Nimitz High School who earned first place for his documentary project entitled Death in the Promised Land. Mr. Lyons is one of the students who is going to participate at the National History Day in Maryland next month. Mr. Lyons is here on behalf of his teammates, so congratulations to Mr. Lyons. Also from Nimitz High School, Mr. Lyons, thank you. Oh, one picture. Oh, so sorry. Also from Nimitz High School, we have Ms. Abigail Tack and Ms. Isabel Rivas. They too are going to be participating in Maryland this summer for the second place group exhibit, Catastrophe in the Canyon. So congratulations. From Carver High School, we have seniors Adrian Garza, Alfa Garcia, Leticia Guin, Linian Nicolas, and Miriam Hernandez, who also placed second place at the Texas History Day for their website, Deadly Smog Pollution, Profit over People. Okay, awesome. So congratulations. And they too are going to Maryland this summer to participate at the national conference.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Ms. Carolyn Garcia is a junior at Victory Early College High School. This year, Ms. Garcia is going to represent Aldine in Costa Rica.
Wow.
She is the Jason Project Chevron Argonaut and has been given the opportunity to travel abroad and study alongside scientists for 1 week.
Wow.
During the week of July 27th through August 2nd, she will work and learn about the bees and the pollinators in an all-expense trip to Costa Rica. So congratulations to Ms. Garcia. And I believe her parents are in the audience.
Maybe,
Nope. Okay. All right. Spring? Okay. All right. Early this spring, Javain Cox, a junior from Carver High School, senior Keyshawn Cornet,
Eisenhower. Yeah.
Eisenhower. And senior Narius Ned from Carver High School qualified and participated in the Texas Forensic Association State Speech and Debate Competition. All three students proudly represented Aldine ISD at the annual competition. This is the first time that these three young men have been invited to the state competition, which was held here in Houston, Texas during the week of spring break. So while many of us were away at spring break, these gentlemen were actually competing at the state competition. So congratulations. Thank you and congratulations. For the past 7 years, Aldine ISD has had the opportunity to offer the college level examination, or the CLEP, to high school students. This year, I am extremely pleased to announce that Diego Alonso Aguilar is a senior from Eisenhower Senior, has earned a perfect score on the Spanish CLEP exam.
Awesome.
Which means that depending on the college or university that he attends next year, he is eligible to earn as much as 16 college credit hours.
Wow.
In the 7 years that we've administered the CLEP, he's only one of 2 students that have ever received a perfect score. So congratulations.
You want to tell that for me?
Yeah. All right. Jordan Smith, a junior from Carver High School. EBA Brady, a junior from Nimitz High School, will be traveling to New York City this June. Both of them are winners of the National Scholastic Gold Key. And congratulations to both of them because they will have an opportunity again to travel this summer to New York City.
Awesome.
We have some parents as well with them this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Congratulations. Sweet.
Congratulations. Alexis Martinez, a junior from MacArthur High School, won second place in the Mayor Art Scholarship.
Wonderful.
She was awarded a $1,000 scholarship for her art piece. So congratulations to Ms. Martinez for her success.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
We got some great kids.
We do. Great kids. Doing great things.
What a great way to end the school year.
Congratulations. Okay, let me see. Giovanna Garcia from Blanson CTE High School won first place in the Society of Performing Arts, in other words, the 21st Annual Wells Fargo Student Art Contest. This evening, and so congratulations to Ms. Garcia.
Awesome.
Daphne Lopez from Carver High School also won in the 21st Annual Wells Fargo Student Art Contest. A committee made her selection and chose her artwork out of 968 art pieces.
Wow.
So she won first place out of 968 pieces.
Awesome.
So congratulations.
Wonderful.
There we go. That's important. Congratulations.
Do the Right Thing is a yearly event that gives students a window to examine the impact of violence on their lives through discussions and writings. This past weekend, we had 8 students who were invited to a special ceremony at NRG. Unfortunately, this evening we only have 4 of them. Okay, so I would like to introduce the following students from Drew Academy: Alessandra Garcia, Andrea Masumoto from Hambrick Middle School, David Areola from Hambrick Middle School, Carla Rosas from Stovall Middle School, David Allen, also from Drew Academy. That's right. So congratulations for taking a chance and also for their great piece, which was recognized this weekend. On April 23rd, several teams from Aldine ISD presented their bus shelter prototypes to a panel of Metro employees. Students used 3D design software and printers to create innovative bus shelter models. The contest was created to give students an opportunity to develop workplace skills, which is needed for the new knowledge economy, as well as encourage civic engagement. I am pleased to present the winning team from Eisenhower High School: Hector Baltasar, Sergio Garcia, and Eleazar Gillian. Congratulations. And it's my understanding that their design is going to be built somewhere around the Eisenhower High School for showcase and for parents and obviously all the community to use as well. So congratulations. Finally, before I conclude my presentation this evening, I want to say thank you y muchas gracias for all the support that you have given us this year in promoting the academics as well as the extracurricular activities. So thank you.
Thank you.
There's more. Mr. Mead, I'm a reader, okay? Now, in my old age, it's gotten hard to balance work, life, and books, but I'm pressing through, still working on this one book I've had since January. It sits right on my nightstand. Many of you know those challenges. So when Dr. Goffney and I attended the finals of the Name That Book competition, I was like a kid in a candy store. It was amazing to see these little kids. We went to the youngest competition, and they're just telling. They're serious about it. They have their head down, and as soon as you mention a line in the book, they can tell you exactly what book it came from, the author. You know, they can tell you anything. And I'm thinking, but I can't even remember what happened on the last page that I read. So tonight we'd like to pause and honor the competition's winners. And to give us a little bit more information, I'd like Cindy Buchanan to help introduce the winners and tell us about the competition.
It was good. Oh, it was awesome.
Good evening, Mr. Mead, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, members of the board. I'm Cindy Buchanan, Program Director for Library Services, and we have been having the Name That Book competition now for 10 years, and are very pleased with our students that have participated in this year. We had over 450 students participate on 48 elementary teams and 20 secondary teams. Students from grades 1 through 12 participate in this district-wide event where readers identify quotes from a list of books they have read and discussed throughout the year. We had 6 elementary semifinals and then elementary finals at both the 1st and 2nd grade level and 3rd through 5th grade level. Middle school students competed with 6th through 8th grade teams, and we had 9th and high school teams that competed together. We are going to recognize our first place district teams at each of these levels tonight. In our 1st and 2nd grade team, come on down. Just come stand here.
Yeah, look at those trophies.
With them.
Wow.
We have from Jones Elementary. So you may think that they're missing a lot of their team members, but they're really just missing one. Most of our teams have from 6 to 10 students on them, and they alternate between the rounds. They'll trade in other kids. And this team had 4 students on it, and they did all 25 questions by themselves. The other thing that's kind of amazing about this group is that the majority of them are first graders, which is awesome. We have, the team members were Reagan Moore, Bryce Moore, Zoe Dargans, and Adrian Ruiz. And the information literacy specialist is Alicia Martinez, and the coaches are Amanda Smith and Elise Cummings. Congratulations. Okay, our 3rd to 5th grade winners are from Conley Elementary. These students include Annie Ho, Dee Dang, Dan Dang, Andres Hernandez, Renata Macias, Kyla Moss, and Jasmine Robles Bello. Their coach is Kim Tunson, and their information literacy specialist is Stephanie Caesar. And by the way, Conley has quite a few, name that book, 3rd through 5th grade, 3rd through 5th place grade trophies. So congratulations and thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Placing first in middle school were students from one of our new middle schools, Garcia Middle. And Ms. Videz thought that she was going to have some students with her tonight, but if you're here and we didn't see you, hurry in. They're all doing their homework. But Ms. Videz was the coach, and it was kind of cool that one of our new middle schools got first place this year, so thank you.
Which school got first place? Middle school?
Garcia Middle.
Garcia.
So our 9th and high school teams, as I said before, compete together. 9th grade schools have a team, senior high schools have a team, and the winner this year for the 2nd year in a row is from MacArthur 9th grade school. And those students include Andrea Lopez, Naeli Ramirez Salazar, Mia Ibarra, Brianna Hernandez, and Angelina Rodriguez. Michael McFadden is the coach, and Maria Olivares is the information literacy specialist and coach as well. Okay. I would like to thank all of these students for stretching their brains by reading a variety of books as part of this program. This is in addition to all of the other things that they are doing. I'd also like to thank Elizabeth Hensley, who works with me in the Library Services Department, because we tag teamed the semifinal rounds during this. And I would invite you all to come and watch a competition next spring when we do this again. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yep.
So you saw the little kids, right? Dr. Goffney and I, we picked out the winners because they were serious. You know, they meant business. We were right. So the Executive Director of Athletics, Dre Thompson, has some recognitions he'd like to share tonight. These students and coaches have worked hard all year to represent Aldine ISD. Coach?
Oh, yeah.
Good evening. President Meade, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chopper. I have some regional qualifiers I'm going to introduce tonight, and also one state qualifier. First off, Melvin Barahona. He's the Aldine boys soccer coach. He's a regional qualifier. He was one game from going to the state tournament.
Wow.
And he's coming with player Christopher Lovo.
Awesome.
Okay, next coach is Amar Roper, Eisenhower girls track coach. He was also the district champ, regional and state qualifier. Yeah. And he's with Ronald Hannah Simmons.
Good job.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Next, we have Brandon Blake. He's the MacArthur High School tennis coach. He was a regional qualifier. He's with player Alyssa Davila, who has a tennis scholarship to St. Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah. And she was also the Vike Tennis Player of the Year.
All right.
And she also was the first, I believe the first, to win a match at the regionals.
Yeah. And then start playing into her freshman year.
All right, Lachelle Laura. She is the MacArthur High School softball coach. She was coach of the year this year with 16-6A. She was a regional qualifier in 2018. She had with her players Angel Morales, who's the player of the year for 16-6A, and Angelo Olivio, who's the offensive player of the year for 16-6A.
Awesome.
We have Coach Kathy Roach. She's a MacArthur High School golf coach. She was a regional qualifier, and she had with her player Avi Bazo. She also has a scholarship to St. Thomas to play golf.
Awesome.
Okay, Alphonse Hubbard. He's the Davis High School head coach for golf. Where is he? All right, he's here. I saw him. Okay, let's go to the next one. We got Coach Zhang. Coach Zhang is the MacArthur head coach cross country. He's a regional qualifier. He's also going to be honored tomorrow at the Texas State Capitol by State Representative Armando Wale. Yeah. So he and his players will be traveling to Austin in the morning to go be honored. He had with him player Giovanni Silva. Okay, Kerry Bowie. He's the Aldine High School head cross-country coach. He was a regional qualifier. He had with him players Fatima Guerrero and Brian Williams. Now, for those that don't understand what regional qualifier is, that's a step from competing at the state level. Yeah. So these are big accomplishments. Dennis Brazy. He's our Nimitz High School head cross-country coach. He was a regional qualifier, and with him players Alex and Byron Doyle and Erica Sanchez. These are brothers. Okay, Samantha Borwell. She's the MacArthur head swim coach. She was a regional qualifier, and with her swimmer, Keely Munoz. I'm sorry, she's being escorted by Ms. Tomazi, assistant principal at MacArthur. Roger Broussard, he's the Nimitz head high school swim coach. He was a regional qualifier. All right. And with him is Mateo Constant. Okay, Camilo Oriano, he's the head swim coach at Davis. He also was a regional qualifier. And with him is swimmer Nevo. Coach Alexis Cisneros, she's the head swim coach at Eisenhower, and she was a regional qualifier. And with her is swimmer Joshua Lindemann. And also, I apologize, she was coach of the year.
Awesome.
Good job.
Okay, Richard Bodak, he's the Aldine High School head swimming coach. He's also a regional qualifier, and with him is swimmer Brian Ortega. Oh, my goodness. Coach Tranisha Allen, she's the Davis High School head girls coach. She's also a regional qualifier, and with her she has Arjune Hagan. And last but certainly not least, we have Roderick Baxter. He's the head boys coach at MacArthur High School track, and he was a regional qualifier and also two-time district champ. And with him, he has runner Broderick Storms. Administrators, I know some administrators here. You can join in this picture.
you. Thank you, son. His toes.
We have a lot of talent. A lot of talent.
Clearly see me, I can clearly see you, but if you've got a part of only a part of you, I'm only seeing a part of you too. Everyone wants this way again, adjust. Again, if you can see me clearly, I see you clearly. If you don't see a part of me, I will see a part of you.
Really good. Cutting me off of a peppermint.
1, 2, 3.
Cutting me off.
Oh, yes.
One more time. Little, go. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile.
See you tomorrow.
President Meade, this completes my presentation.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much for all y'all do. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
As they're leaving, let's give them another round of applause. So as you may remember, inclement weather impacted our area in a major way over the last couple of weeks. It caused us to cancel or reschedule many events and even school.
I missed it.
Mr. Abel Garza, Assistant Superintendent of Community and Governmental Relations, will introduce a recognition, and it should have happened at one of our events, but I think this is a better audience, and hopefully you can appreciate the work that our students have done.
Yes, they worked so hard. They were adamant they want their certificate. So here it is. This is a great opportunity. I'd like to present to y'all Yoruba Harris. She is the Director of Special Operations for Congresswoman Garcia. Yoruba.
Thank you so kindly. Good evening to Dr. Goffney and to the distinguished board members. So awesome to be here with you on this evening, and to all of the guests. Great to see everyone. I do bring you greetings on behalf of Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia, who proudly serves us in the 29th Congressional District. She was unable to be here on tonight, but as Abel mentioned, due to inclement weather, we weren't able to make this presentation, but certainly the Congresswoman wanted to extend her congratulations to these very talented instructors and students for their great work and their great talents. So on her behalf, I'd like to present this congressional certificate, and it reads, as the duly elected member of Congress from the 29th Congressional District of the state of Texas, I am honored to present this certificate to Aldine Independent School District Instructional Technology and Visual Arts Departments in recognition of the Aldine ISD Film and Photo Festival. Congratulations also on your selection as 2018 high school division winners. We are proud of the talented students and employees of Aldine ISD. Best wishes to you always. Signed and presented on behalf of the United States House of Representatives in Washington, D.C. by our great member of Congress, Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia.
Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you so much. We will move on to our employee recognitions. Several departments have submitted names this evening. Mr. Ortiz, our Executive Director of Buildings and Properties, will present the Building of the Month.
All right, good evening, President Meade, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, all members of the boards, and all in attendance. It is indeed a pleasure to be with you this evening to present our Building of the Month and to join with this recognition. This is awesome. So let's keep the party started, and I have one. So, I would like to introduce Ms. Vida Jefferson, head custodian, Ms. Ana Martinez and Jackie Galindo, custodians, and Mrs. Constance White, principal of Hill Elementary School. I would like for them to join me at the podium, please. All right. So, Hill Elementary has gone through a transition with a new principal, new students, and a new head custodian. But together, Team Hill has provided a rich environment for their students to learn. Ensuring that Hill is going the extra mile and looking its best is head custodian Vida Jefferson. Vida and her staff go the extra mile to make sure that the school is always looking its best. Hill's custodial staff works very hard and believes in teamwork, as you can see, to provide a clean and pleasing environment for all to succeed. Ms. Jefferson has worked as a custodian in Aldine for 23 years, and 20 of those years she has been a head custodian. So we want to thank Mrs. Jefferson, her staff, Ms. White, for their leadership. And on behalf of Buildings and Property, it is my indeed pleasure to present to you the Building of the Month to Hill Intermediate for the month of May. Congratulations on a job well done.
No. I remember that.
You can tell they take pride in the work that they do.
Absolutely.
Ms. Dana Sheffield, Executive Director of Child Nutrition Services, will now introduce her team of the month. But you're not Dana.
I'm filling in for Dana. I'm Susan D'Amico. Good evening, Mr. Mead, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, members of the board. It's my pleasure to introduce our team of the month. Come on down, ladies. From De Santiago ECPKK. This special team goes above and beyond daily to ensure their customers receive service needed for the young age group. 2 meal programs are actually in operation at this grade level in order to meet federal guidelines and all nutrition requirements. Staff have to be focused and efficient. Collaboration is visible in all circumstances as staff members work toward the common goal of feeding students. They exhibit great commitment and dedication towards supporting the school and child nutrition services. Rhonda Milburn is a veteran manager of 16 years and demonstrates leadership that results in a positive environment for the cafeteria operation and staff. Breakfast participation is 92% and lunch is 88%. Congratulations to this outstanding team. Manager is Rhonda Milburn. Lead specialist is Maria Garcia Sanchez, and specialists include Sharon Turner, Colleen Ross, Falana Leah, and Kyara Taylor. Supervisor for De Santiago is Katina Fry, who nominated the team for recognition. Child Nutrition would also like to recognize Principal Dr. Maria Galindo for her support.
Congratulations. This month, Dr. Jill Metcalf, Executive Director of Transportation, will recognize her Employee of the Month.
Good evening, President Meade, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, members of the board. I have with me tonight Jeanette Boston. And join me, Jeanette. Jeanette's a special lady. She's been in the department for 27 years. Wow. She's 27 years, then yes, ooh and ah, because she started when the bus barn was behind Aldine Middle School. And if you've been with the district long enough, you remember that was transportation. So she moved when transportation moved. She moved to the east side when we moved into the annex, and then eventually she moved over, to the west side. And at the west side, she is it at the west side. She is literally someday she is it at the west side. No, she is the brains behind the operation. There are a lot of brains, but when it comes to executing every day, a timely schedule, getting the kids to school on time, getting them picked up. She knows the buses. She knows the drivers. She knows the routes. She knows the roads. She knows which parents are going to call, which campuses are going to call, when they're going to call, what their phone numbers are, because she recognizes it on the caller ID, and she takes care of business. There are days where she has to go out and drive to cover open routes, and from the bus, you can hear her on the radio. So-and-so can help with that. So-and-so can help out with that. Hey, so-and-so, can you pull this, go swing by this apartment complex? We can still get the kids to school on time if we do this, if we do that. Wow. She is amazing. So we just want to say thank you, and we're so grateful for everything you do.
Dedication. Great job.
So last week was National Police Week, and before Chief comes up, I hope you will join me in a round of applause for he and the rest of his officers for the work that they do every day to keep our students and our staff members safe. Chief has an employee of the quarter that he'd like to recognize. And before you find out where he's from, I just want you to know that this is Eisenhower's meeting. If you've noticed, they have been recognized at every single area. Congratulations. But this part really puts the icing on the cake and shows you that it starts from the students all the way up to the staff and it extends into the police officers.
You're not getting off the hook. Thank you, Shalia. Mr. Meade, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, board members. I have with me here today, who will stand over here.
He doesn't want the attention.
Don't be shy. Officer Willie Jackson, and he's probably thinking about now I hoodwinked him into coming here tonight because I told him I was going to recognize him, and he's been working for the last hour. And that's just kind of officer he is. I didn't ask him to, but he went over there and was helping with getting people in and out. And when I've been talking to Willie over the past several weeks about some things he's been doing on campus. In particular, you may recall I've come here before to recognize employees that were involved in the Leadership Academy, where it's kind of a formalized program for mentoring with young students in the 6th grade. And I was a mentor for years ago at HISD, and the high school is a little more difficult because those kids are a little more set in their ways than 6th graders might be. Well, as we're explaining the program to the officers and that we're going to expand it next year to all the middle schools, Willie came by my office. He said, "Hey, Chief, do you know I do that every year on my own?" And he actually works with the counselor, finds some particularly troubled student, and works with them all year round. And I just thought that was really outstanding that he just took his own initiative to do that. In addition, beyond mentoring a student that needs help, he is engaged with as many students as he can be. He's engaged with staff members. He's gotten an outstanding demeanor. When we're at the community meeting at Ike the other night, I mean, you can see how loved he is. Everyone's hugging him and talking to him. And I had several staff members come up to me and just compliment Officer Jackson on what a great job he does out there. And one of the best compliments I got was one of the APs had mentioned 5 years ago when I first got here, Ken Knipple had me do presentations to all assistant principals and principals as to my expectations of police officers. And there were a couple in particular. One is community policing on the municipal side. Well, on the campus, that means you're engaged with students, staff, and parents. And that principal told me the other night that's exactly what Officer Jackson epitomizes. So for all those reasons, I'd like to recognize Officer Jackson as the employee of the quarter.
Doesn't want the attention.
Good job, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Stacy Smith, Director of Special Programs, would like to present a couple of grants that the district has received. And we started off with $52,000, but just sitting here, we've already moved up to $57,000. Just in that little amount of time. No, actually, she's added something. So, Stacy.
Thank you, Shalia.
Stacey, we can wait longer if you got more coming.
I know. She said, when did that happen? I said, well, when I got here, we just... but thank you very much. Good evening, President Meade, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, administrative leadership, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to feature a few of our grants that we've gotten this month. Will Cynthia Buchanan, our Program Director of Library Services, and Kelly Hearn of Baker Ripley, please come forward. You can clap, yes. Through a partnership that we have with Aldine ISD and Baker Ripley, our campuses from Stovall, Grantham, Shotwell, Blanson, and Greenspoint have been participating in a professional development project through the Fab Lab. And if you haven't seen it, it really is fab over at the Baker Ripley. And so our information and literacy specialists, because it's not just librarians anymore, we get our information in multiple sources. So our campuses have been taking professional development to create their own maker spaces at their campuses. And so through this partnership, and we've received a $5,000 grant for this project. And so we want to say congratulations and thank you so much for your partnership with us. Thanks. Thank you. I call that my Tyrannosaurus Rex shake. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I know. It's all right. I'm doing all right. With Kathy Ann Sheffield, Assistant Principal of Blanson CTE High School, and Jay Rankin, please join me. The Gene Haas Foundation is a private foundation committed to manufacturing education and providing support for students in their future careers in manufacturing. Jay received funds for his students that are going to be competing in the Skills USA competition for machining this summer and $9,500 for future scholarships in machining and engineering for the students at Blanson.
Great job.
Congratulations. Hold on a second. And so they received a total of $12,000 between the scholarship and the monies for their summer competition. This is from the Gene Haas Foundation. And finally, will Catherine Seals, Executive Director of Special Education, please come forward? The Region 20, come on over closer, I got a good arm on this side. The Region 20 Special Education Grant helps provide ongoing technical support and professional development for school districts as they implement the major components of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. So Texas Education Agency through Region 20 has awarded Aldine ISD $40,000 for the special education department.
Oh, wow.
And tonight's total for this evening is $57,000. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacey. Before I go, I just want to have a few reminders. Last week, we hosted our final community meeting at Eisenhower. The schools in the Ike Vertical made it an evening to remember, complete with an unforgettable solo from a young lady and a culinary team who rolled out the red carpet with fancy appetizers. There was even a live history museum from one of the elementary schools. It was good. Their event's atmosphere was similar to others in the series. Each vertical outdid themselves and showcased what their schools had to offer and why students and parents should be proud to be part of Aldine ISD. I'll admit, each of the meetings made for long nights, but I always left with a smile, and it was noticeable the parents and the students did as well. If you missed a meeting, you missed a treat. But don't worry, plans are underway. We will have another series in the spring of next year to showcase our schools and all of our verticals and all of our programs. So mark your calendars and be on the lookout for more information. Also, as a reminder, graduation season is upon us. And next week begins a marathon of celebrations that honor the hard work of our students and teachers. I believe more than 3,000 students will walk across the stage, and so that is something we should be celebrating and think about. They're going on to great adventures of life. So congratulations to them. And before I go, I understand there's a birthday today? Yes. Well, you can guess who it is. Trustee Avalos.
We can sing.
Can we sing?
Oh, yes. They want to sing. Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
And someone's going to lead this.
I'll start it
Oh, Mr. Mead.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama. Happy birthday to you.
We knew you would love all the attention.
Well, happy birthday. All of this was for you. Mr. Mead, that concludes my part of the presentation.
Thank you for that great presentation tonight. The board's had the consent agenda items in their possession for study and discussed them at length in the study session last night. Very, very late last night. As there's anyone who wishes to speak to the consent agenda item to be voted on by the board tonight, please let me know. If not, do I hear a motion regarding the consent agenda items?
I move that all items under A through K on the consent agenda be approved as printed.
And do I have a second?
Esparza seconds.
Then we'll begin the vote with Ms. Rose Avalos.
Avalos, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Mead, yes.
Booker, yes.
Bourgeois, yes. Garcia, yes.
And the motion carries. Dr. Goffney, do you have any staff recognition tonight?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mead, Board of Trustees, it's an honor to go and introduce some of our newest staff members. But before I do, let's give it up for the excellence that's been presented here from our students. And what an incredible way to end the school year. We have a couple of principals that are going to be joining our team. We're going to begin with Mrs. Noreda Ochoa. Ms. Ochoa works hard to build an environment of respect and collaboration that is dedicated to meeting students' academic needs. Her work as an educator has helped improve student outcomes. She will be taking her passion for education to Thompson Elementary, where she will serve as the school's next principal. Her positive attitude is contagious, and her commitment to excellence is evident. Ms. Ochoa began her career as a fourth grade bilingual teacher at Salmons Elementary and has climbed the ladder, serving in a variety of roles that resulted in her being named a principal. I am excited to see what is in store for Mrs. Ochoa, and I know that she will do all she can to build on the excellence in the Thompson Elementary learning community. Congratulations, Mrs. Ochoa.
Thank you. Good evening and thank you. I appreciate everything you said, and I just want to, I'm very grateful and humble for this opportunity for such a great campus, and I will continue working as hard as I have now and like she said, for excellence for these kids. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I do have Ms. Lydia Massa, which is also a retired Aldine principal, supporting me tonight. She's been my coach mentor for the past 3 years from Texas A&M. So she just had to be here with me.
Awesome. Congratulations. Miss Rhodey, Katie Rhodey, where is she? She can take a picture with all of our principals. That's okay. You're good. And Dr. Gomez as well. Dr. Gomez, where's Dr. Gomez? Awesome. Awesome. Our next newest principal will be LaShawn Hodge. Mrs. Hodge will continue the great work that is happening at Connolly Elementary School as the campus's newest principal. To the role, she brings strong relationships and understanding of the students' academic needs and more than 17 years of experience in education. She began her career in 2002 at Caraway Intermediate School in Aldine ISD and has served in several positions in our district. We are excited to have Mrs. Hodges serve as the principal of Connolly Elementary, and I look forward to seeing the amazing things that happen under your leadership.
Thank you, Dr. Goffney, and thank you, Board, for believing in me. Connolly will continue to excel. Greater is on its way, and we are truly going to be great by design for the 2019-2020 school year. Thank you. And I have with me tonight my husband, Reverend Kevin Hodge, my daughter, Hannah, my twin sister, Lakeisha Pollard, and her husband, Marcus Pollard, and my niece, Hannah. I'm sorry, my niece, Carrington. And of course, my principal, Mrs. Ward, who's believed in me, and my other cohorts and sorority sisters and church members, and Miss Wade.
Awesome. Miss Hodge, you can have everybody who came come for the picture. We're good. Anybody who came to support you. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
That's love.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Next, we'll be announcing our new school assistant superintendents. We will begin with Ms. Latoya Nguyen. Mrs. Nguyen is returning to Aldine, where she began her career as a first grade ESL teacher at Stevens Elementary School. Since her start in 2003, she has served as a teacher, assistant principal, and currently serves as a district leader. Her current role of executive director of teaching and learning at a neighboring district, Klein, allows her to provide focused support to 13 different campuses. That includes teachers, leaders, and students. Her motto, effort beats talent, has been ingrained in the minds of those she has interacted with. We are lucky to have her back in Aldine. Mrs. Nguyen, we are hoping to see both your effort and talent as you lead our elementary schools. Welcome back to Aldine.
Thank you so much, Aldine ISD board members and Dr. Goffney, for this opportunity. I look forward to partnering with everybody in this district to make sure that we continue the excellence that you have set here for the district, and partnering with everybody to make sure that every single student has an equal opportunity to learn at high level. So I can't wait to get started. on tonight, I have a lot of great people with me, so bear with me. I have my family here first, so I have to first, and when I call y'all, can you please come up and move quickly? So I have we got to get it done. So my awesome husband, Marshawn Wynn, my daughter, Sharday Wynn, my son, my oldest son, Marshawn Wynn II, my youngest son, Jalen Wynn. I have my mom here supporting me, Debbie Evans. I have my aunts, Annie Parker and Joy Scott, here on tonight. I also have my sister, Tracy Jones, here. Awesome. I have my cousin here, Kadra Scott and Caleb Scott.
Move swiftly.
And I also have my Klein ISD supporters who have worked alongside of me to ensure that we do everything that we have to do by kids. And I could not do the work without these people. And they're here to support me as I transition to Aldine ISD. Awesome. So I have Tanya Wood. Soraya Sanchez has been my secretary for 12 years. Therese Keller, Leah Vandenbelt, Rusil Rudis, Becky Kaufman, Aida Interiano, Miss Dawn Samuel, Miss Dorothy White has worked alongside of me as my PSP as I turn around campuses. Ms. Karma Gordon, and other Klein ISD administrators. I want to say thank you guys for coming here tonight.
Elementary schools.
Three. Straight into three.
Because we didn't have one last year, we didn't replace number last year. We have 4 total. We have 1 for primaries and then 3 for I'm splitting out. Yes. Because we didn't have anybody to focus on the childhood. Yes, ma'am. Lovely. There were any candy lists back this way. Let's welcome Ms. LaToya Wynn to Aldine ISD again. Welcome back. Our next school assistant suit that we will be announcing tonight will be Mr. Todd Lindeman. Mr. Lindeman is a high school principal, not the principal of any high school, but I recently learned at the vertical he is the swoop principal. One walk down the hallways at Eisenhower and you know he's at home. The students are smiling, he's laughing and joking. Swoop spirit is just contagious. As the school's principal for the past 2 years and the assistant principal prior to that for 2 years, he's helped to cultivate a true culture of school spirit and community love, one that includes pride and increasing student achievement. His resume, however, shows why. He has more than 24 years in the field of education. He served as a teacher, principal, site coordinator, department chair, summer school principal, and more. And he has worked at all levels, elementary, middle, and high school. Here in Aldine, he is respected by his peers, often providing support and leadership. This summer, he worked with Mr. Walter Stewart and also Ms. Emerson to create a summer school plan called EPIC. I'm sure everyone knows what that EPIC stands for high school students. He jumped at the task and he never looked back. We are excited to have Mr. Lindeman as the school assistant superintendent of high schools. Let's hear it from Mr. Todd Lindeman.
Thank you, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, President Meade, and the board. I am excited to be at the high school level, and I said in my interview that I just want to work with more kids and touch as many kids and help as many kids as I can. So I am very excited to work with all the high schools. I would like to thank Mrs. Holt, because Mrs. Holt took a chance on a principal from California and immediately brought over Dr. Davis, who has become a true mentor to me, and I appreciate it very much. So thank you. I brought with me my family, my wife of 18 years, Gloria, My son Joshua, who is Eisenhower student, graduating this year. My daughter Madison, and my sister-in-law Nadine.
Awesome. Ms. Holt and Dr. Davis. Congratulations again to Mr. Todd Lindemann. Next, we want to welcome to the Aldine team, Dr. Fabiola Cantu. Dr. Cantu currently serves as the Director of Multilingual Programs for Sheldon ISD, where she is responsible for implementing curriculum and developing and leading district initiatives, including a robust dual language program that begins in pre-K and extends into the 7th grade. In her role, she also coaches and supports principals to ensure they are reaching students where they are while also challenging them. Dr. Cantu brings that district level experience along with more than 15 years in education to Aldine. She served in several leadership roles, including assistant principal and principal. And when I called her superintendent, who was a very well-respected colleague of mine, he just was speechless. And I knew it was going to happen, just like I told you. And so we're so excited that you're coming to Aldine, and we're excited that you're going to be a school assistant superintendent for elementary schools. Please welcome Dr. Cantu.
Thank you. I've heard such wonderful things about Aldine ISD. I hope to be of service to the students and families of the Aldine community. Thank you, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, and members of the board for believing in me and giving me this opportunity. I have my own personal cheering section with me here tonight as well. My biggest champion, my greatest champion, my husband, Horacio Cantu. My baby boy, Horacio Isaías. My oldest, Joaquin Antonio.
Oh, my God.
My sister-in-law, Patty. She's amazing. Thank you. My mother-in-law, Esperanza. Awesome. My mother, Fabiola. Islas. And my dad, Sergeant Islas. He's coming on up. It really does take a village, and I'm very glad for their support. I'm very thankful for everything that they do, and also thank you again for the opportunity. Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's welcome Dr. Cantu to Aldine ISD. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, Ms. LaTanya Emerson. Ms. Emerson has more than 15 years of experience working in the field of education. She began her career in 2004 as a 6th grade language arts teacher at Parker Intermediate School, and since then she has served in a variety of positions, including teacher, assistant principal, and principal. She served on several campuses, including Parker, Connolly, Eisenhower Senior, and Eisenhower 9th grade. A true leader, Ms. Emerson has worked to develop a strong culture of student success at her campus while also focusing on increased student achievement. She prides herself on building community and has worked with the leadership team at Big Ike to ensure that there is a seamless transition between the two campuses. This spring, Ms. Emerson collaborated with colleagues to develop summer camp programs to support raising 9th grade students. She was selected as the 2019 Aldine ISD Secondary Principal of the Year. And we are excited to have Ms. LaTanya Emerson as the School Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Schools. I am confident that her experiences in our district will translate to strong support for our elementary school leaders. Let's give it up for Ms. LaTanya Emerson.
President Meade, Dr. Goffney, Dr. Chapa, members of the board, I am ecstatic to be standing at this podium today. I shared with the committee during my interview that there's not a standard anyone can set for me that'd be higher than the one I set for myself, and I truly mean that. I'm committed to the work. I have a passion for kids, and I thank you very much for entrusting me with this endeavor. I think I have a small section of people here, so can you just stand for me, and I'll call your name, and then I'll have you come forward. So that everyone can see my support system. So a real sweet surprise came into my life about 6-7 months ago. So Jay Dorsey, if you could come up front first. Okay. Okay, I need my section to stand so I can see who you are. All right, so Kanika Simmons, she is from Ike 9. She is the ELA Department Chair. Thank you for coming. Phyllis Muhammad is from Ike 9, Special Ed Department Chair. Mama Love is here tonight. My mother was not able to be here. She's in Fort Worth, but I do want to honor her in her absence. But she couldn't be here, so Mama Love said your Houston mama will come. So thank you for being here. Crystal Watson, principal of Nimitz Senior High School, and my soror is here to support me. Cassandra Bell, principal of Lewis, and my friend, colleague, sisters here. Nadia Stafford, principal of Olson. We met at Connolly a few years ago, actually with Ms. Rhodey. Is still on this journey with me. Teresa Ned is the Ike 9 counselor. I appreciate her support tonight. Gideon, I see you over here. You're hiding, but he's my curriculum AP at Ike 9. I thank you for sneaking in and joining me tonight. And I don't think I see any other Ike 9 people. Okay. Now, there's a slew of people who I know and respect and love, so I didn't call your name. I apologize. These are the ones that I know were sitting in the section over there. So thank you all. Okay. So again, thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to it. Dr. Davis, I'm sorry. I would like to thank Dr. Davis. Absolutely. For your support.
You're on the wrong. You're at the wrong. You're not in the section.
1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
You share your mom with everybody. So good to see you again. Mr. Meade, that concludes my announcements about personnel, but I would like to take a point of personal privilege and honor some very important retirees. We have Mr. Ken Knipple, who has retired, and we'll be celebrating him May 22nd at 3 o'clock at the BAM. In addition, I'd like to invite our school assistant soups up who have announced their retirement, Ms. Pat Wade and Dr. Janet Ray. And Dr. Janet Ray. We hope you'll join us in celebrating them. Ms. Wade, her retirement reception will be May 23rd at 3:30 p.m. at Child Nutrition. And Dr. Ray, her retirement celebration will be May 29th at 3:30 at the BAM. Would you ladies, this is your last school board meeting. Would you like to make
You can speak.
You can speak.
You can speak. Sure, go ahead.
It's your last board meeting.
Go ahead.
I know everyone has been here a long time, but Dr. Goffney, board members, it's just been an honor. I mean, Aldine has been so good to me. And I have been, this is my 40th year, not in Aldine, but I've had 33 years, wonderful years in Aldine, 40 years total. And the opportunities that I have had in Aldine are just outstanding. I'm going to miss Aldine. I'll be around, but thank you so much, and I hope to see you all here on Thursday, May 23rd. Thank you.
And I would like to express my appreciation for the opportunity 23 years ago, standing in the old building that we had over and being announced at that point. I have 38 years in, 23 of those with Aldine. And it's really hard for me to say goodbye. I have such a passion for this district. It's so wonderful. Y'all, the ones that are coming in, welcome. You'll just find that this is just the perfect district to work in. And you'll always feel welcome. You'll always feel supported. And you'll see smiles. I'm just so excited about the way that you've come in and what we're going to be doing in the future. And thank you so much for the opportunity. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, Ms. Knippel's reception is May 22nd at 3 o'clock at the BAM. Ms. Wade's is May 23rd at 3:30 at Child Nutrition. And Dr. Ray is May 29th at 3:30 at the BAM. Please follow us on Twitter or Facebook if you didn't get those dates. Mr. Meade, Board of Trustees, that concludes my exciting announcements.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Goffney. We'll continue with our meeting with board committee reports. For the board committee report, do we have any board policy revisions or updates? Mr. Shanklin.
Mr. Meade, we have the following at this time. We're offering acceptance on second and final reading of the Policy Update 1112, which affects local policies, BJA, CCG, CCGA, CQ, CV, DCB, DH, DIA, FMA, FNG, GF, GKA, and finally, GKB. I move that the board accept the Policy Update 112 affecting the local policies as stated for a second and final reading.
Do I have a second?
I second.
And we'll begin the vote with Dr. Viola Garcia.
Garcia, yes. Bourgeois, yes. Booker, yes.
Meade, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Avalos, yes.
And the motion carries. And now this is the time for open forum for patrons, but I don't think we have anyone to speak tonight. So at this time, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Paul, and do I have a second?
I second.
Connie?
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It is 8:25 and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for being here tonight.
Mr. Meade, you got a long day.